Hi, my name is Shamika. Thank you for tuning in to my special education workshop. Today we'll be discussing chapter 1 and 2, special education topics. So first of all, let's talk about my website. Under chapter 1 topics to the left, you will see several topics that talk about special education, such as types of disabilities, Americans with Disabilities Act, assistive technology, special education, disability, and much more. Now, the first thing that we're going to talk about is types of disabilities. I want to talk about that. Now, if you click on that link, it'll take you to a website, and it should be up in a moment. Here we are. Now, this website talks about all the different types of disabilities, as well as it also defines it. Now, it says right here, what is a disability? A disability is a condition or function judged to be significantly impaired relative to the usual standard of an individual or group. The first one that's available says mobility and physical impairments. The second one is spinal cord disability, and here's the third one called head injuries, brain disability. And there are several more disabilities that are described here, including hearing disability, cognitive and learning disabilities, psychological disorders, invisible disabilities, and the list goes on. So if you go back to my website, you could see some resourceful information every time when you click on a link. Now, on the right side of my website, under special education topics for chapters 1 and 2, you will see questions. The first question talks about FAPE, which is a free and appropriate public education. It is law, and the question asks, who is entitled to a free, appropriate public education? Of course, you can see that this is the answer, B. All qualified persons with disabilities within the jurisdiction of a school district are entitled to a free and appropriate public education. How about if you want to know more about free and appropriate public education? You could click on this beautiful video that we have here, and it describes more in-depth, and it gives you more in-depth information about free and appropriate education. And if you scroll down, the same thing goes for the rest of the questions that I have on my website, such as LRE, least restrictive environment. It talks about what it refers to. There is the answer, educational placement with as much inclusion and integration with typical learners as possible. And then you can also find a video on that. Now let's talk more about the left side of my page as well. There are several topics discussed for chapter 2, including universal design language, differentiated instruction, individualized education plan or IEP, and you can learn so much more. Once again, thank you for tuning in to my special education workshop. I am Shamika, and I hope you enjoyed this workshop.